Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, this is going to be the review of the iPhone 8 for 2019. So let's begin. Now the iPhone 8 did come out alongside the iPhone 10 in 2017. So basically, the iPhone 8 in terms of overall build quality and design does look really nice. It does feel very nice in the hand. From the front, it just looks as same as an iPhone 6, 6S, and even a 7. So you can't make out anything from the front, but on the back, it's got this really nice glass back, and in particular, this gold color does look really nice on the iPhone 8. But yes, it is a fingerprint magnet and it is prone to cracking, so be careful about that. Now, other than that, overall feel in the hand is what we're used to from the iPhone 6 series. You don't have stainless steel, it's all aluminum. But overall, the glass does add a bit of heft to it that makes it slightly more premium feel. Now, no matter what Apple says, even if it's the most durable glass, this is glass ultimately and it's going to break. And if you do crack the glass of the iPhone 8, it's really going to cost a lot of money to get it fixed from Apple. Now, I did crack mine and I did not go to Apple because I couldn't pay that hefty amount they demand. So I got it fixed by a third party, but overall, they really didn't do a good job for it. I'm quite disappointed. But again, given that the iPhone 8 and 10 were never constructed to fix or do a back glass replacement, Apple basically just gives you a new phone. But the replacement didn't go quite well. The glass does sit flush to the device, but you do still find quite a few gaps here at the bottom and here in the side. So this device isn't water or dust resistant anymore. But overall, wireless charging still works. All of the functions do work. But highly, I would say that if you crack the display, the back glass of the iPhone 8, you might as well just go to Apple to get it. But if you can't afford the Apple tax, you might as well just throw on a case or a skin to protect it further. Now, looking at the display of the iPhone 8, it's an iPhone, it's a traditional display. There's nothing new, it's still LCD, but it does have True Tone on it. It does have 3D Touch. But remember, if you get the display replaced from any other source other than Apple, you will lose True Tone on the iPhone 8, just like I have. So this display was replaced by a third party which did the back glass panel replacement. So if you don't use the original Apple screen, you will lose True Tone. But True Tone, I really don't care about it, so it's fine for me. But that's just something you guys should know in case you guys are thinking of getting your iPhones fixed by a third party. Now, other than that, as I said, the display still goes nice and vibrant. The display is still nice and bright. But in terms of overall sunlight visibility, you will have no issues. The colors are still nice and vibrant on the iPhone 8. So overall, in terms of the display, it's pretty much what we're quite used to. In terms of performance though, in terms of specifications, the iPhone 8 is still packing a lot of power for 2019. So we've got the Apple A11 Bionic coupled with 2 GB of RAM. I know that doesn't sound much, but for iOS, it's fine. Also, we've got a 12 megapixel camera at the rear, which maxes out at 4K at 60, which is fantastic. We've also got a 7 megapixel camera at the front, which tops out at 1080p at 30 FPS. Now, in terms of software, the iPhone 8 came out with iOS 11, and I am currently running iOS 13. So here we've got dark mode, and this is iOS 13 beta 6, so build number ends with D. It was just released about a day or two ago. Overall, it still does have a few bugs here and there, but I have to say the performance of the iPhone 8 is much more snappier than iOS 13 beta 1 or 2. And those of you who are looking at Geekbench, I did run a Geekbench score, so here are the scores. There they are. This is for the single core. So in terms of a regular iPhone 8, we are just a few points above it, and the same for multi-core. So overall performance, you will have literally nothing to worry about. And if you are picking up the iPhone 8 to use it for long term, to hold it for the long term, you will still be covered, since I could easily see the iPhone 8 getting another 3 to 4 years of support. Usually Apple gives all of the devices 5 years of support. So since the iPhone 8 has got maybe 2 to 3 already, including iOS 13, you can expect 2 to even 3 years more, given how powerful the A11 Bionic is. Now, in terms of photo, the camera experience of the iPhone 8, and we've got a bug right there. The camera has, yep, that is iOS 13, guys. But don't worry, it's going to come out in September and things are going to work fine. Yep, that is a bug. I'm sorry I cannot show you, but that is something you should know if you are running beta software. So as I said, in terms of photos and videos, the iPhone 8 does a really nice job. Unfortunately, you do not get portrait lighting effects on the iPhone 8. You get that only on the 8 Plus, but you have all the other bells and whistles of the 8 Plus except portrait mode. So if you are not so keen on portrait mode or using lighting effects, the iPhone 8 will still be able to serve you really well. In terms of battery life, however, it's got just an 1800 or so milliamp hour battery. That's really not a lot, and it can quite get you throughout the day, but I mostly end up topping it up at least once throughout the day. You do have wireless charging because of the glass back at the back, but it's not super fast wireless charging. It charges really slowly. The phone does support quick charging through the cable, but you will have to buy the adapter and the cable separately. So yep, you got to spend right there. You do not have a headphone jack, but right now most of us have been moving towards Bluetooth headphones or earphones, so no issues right there. Yes, you are IP67 water and dust resistant, but just remember, if you drop this phone or you get this service by third party, you most probably will lose that water and dust resistance. And furthermore, Apple does not cover water damage under warranty. So if you get this guy wet, if you get this guy damaged, if you drop it in a puddle, you're pretty much out of luck, unless maybe you've got Apple Care Plus. But other than that, the iPhone 8 today is still a very, very nice competitor. For those of you who are still not yet convinced or still not yet ready to make the jump to Face ID or facial recognition, those of you who still trust the old Touch ID second generation, this is tried and tested, and Touch ID literally works almost every time. So for those of you who are preferring to still use Touch ID, the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus still make a fantastic option. Now you can buy these from Apple. So the 8 starts at about £600 here in the UK. But if you like going secondhand or used, you can easily get them on sites like eBay for about $500 to $400, again depending upon the device condition and upon the usage and configuration of the storage. Now in terms of storage, it starts at 64 and goes all the way to 256. This is a 64 gigabyte model. And one more thing which recently came out in the news as of making this video is that Apple has tied battery replacements to the software. So if you have replaced from a third party, unfortunately they will not be able to get your maximum percentage to 100, because once you replace the battery, iOS will still say that the battery is in need of service and will still throttle performance. So the only option left is to go to Apple to get a battery replacement if you want to get that battery percentage to 100. Now, irrespective whether the third party installs an Apple certified battery from another iPhone into your iPhone, they will still not be able to bypass Apple's new method of tying batteries to the software. So unfortunately, right now, as it stands, you will have to go to Apple if you need a battery replacement. But overall, those of you considering for the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus 2019, they're still really great devices, extremely powerful. You can expect maybe 2 through 3 years of software updates on them. Literally, you will have no issues with them. There is one replacement program on apple.com for the iPhone 8 for faulty logic boards. Other than that, it hasn't suffered any catastrophic failures or things that we have come across. In terms of one final thing, in terms of media experience, you do have the stereo sound. So overall, I would still highly recommend looking at the iPhone 8 if you're looking at picking up a new iPhone for 2019. And it's still not going to be as expensive as the latest XS and XS Max. It's still a very decent price range, but if you do have the money, I would highly recommend you stretch maybe a few £100 here. Just stretch it a bit. You can still make it up to pick up the iPhone XR, which is at $749, which offers way more than the iPhone 8 ever could. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts, your comments, and your views on the iPhone 8 in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.